Hello, hello. I am live. Oh, seems like it's been a while. Let's see here. Let me put the light on my camera. All right, guys. So when you are here, please say hello in the chat so I can recognize you back. Let me put the live feed on my phone so I can see, because usually it doesn't come through as fast on my computer, and I don't know why. It's the craziest thing. But anyway, say hello when you are here. I have been studying like a fiend, getting ready for CBF Live. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's coming up next week. I feel like I need another 3 months. It doesn't matter how much time I have, it's never enough. So I am so excited about CBF Live coming up at the middle of next month. What an exciting event it is going to be. Let's see here. Let's see if I can see the comments on my phone. Darn it, they're not coming through yet, but they will. It's just slow. But I do see somebody. Now, I live stream sometimes through StreamYard, so you have to give StreamYard permission to show your Facebook profile. So the way you do that is go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and then give it permission to show your Facebook profile. Then when you come up on StreamYard, it'll look like this. I'll see your name. Hello, Amy. And it says, I was just going to go live too. And here you are. Oh my goodness. See, great minds think alike, Amy. Oh my goodness. So great to see you, and happy Friday. But if you don't give StreamYard permission, basically you're adding StreamYard as an app inside of your Facebook, then it looks like this. So I don't really know who it is. Good morning, Debbie. Okay, who is that? Somebody from UK or Australia? I always forget the time, so I'm going to guess Australia. Tell me who you are. And here's Joanne. Hello, Joanne is in the house. And there is Molly. Molly, woohoo, girl, you got some great milestones you are celebrating, and I can't wait for CBF Live. We're going to celebrate the milestones like crazy. Oh my goodness. Amy, am I the first to hear this? Guys, let's celebrate with Amy right now. Now, Amy, still go live in our Mop Free Challenge group. I've been kind of quiet over there for the last week and a half, and I apologize to my Mop Free Challenge group. But Amy, what we focus on, we get, right? What we ignore, we don't get. What we ask for, we can get. And this is so telling for the topic I picked for today. So Amy Smith. Okay, guys, who's ready to shout with me and with Amy, I'm mop free? All right, who's ready? Type in mop free. I'm mop free. Yay. I feel like I'm the first person that you've announced this to. So I don't know, but I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you. And I know you've worked hard to get there. She joined CBF a little while back, and it's been a challenge. It's a struggle, especially when you've been cleaning for years. That's right, Molly. Mop free. That's what we like to shout. So Amy, you'll be standing on our stage at CBF Live if you're registered, if you're coming, and we'll be shouting, I'm mop free with you, because you deserve that. Joanne Bracchio is shouting mop free with you. So is Molly. Let's see here. Sarah is in the house. Oh, from Wetumpka, Alabama. Let's see here. Who else? Let's see. Hello, hello. Oh, of course, Jody. Yes. Well, good morning, Jody. So great to see you. All right. But anyway, Amy, congratulations. That is just so exciting. And yes, she will be there, and we will be celebrating with her and others who are now mop free. So some of you that are not a part of the CBF program, you may be thinking, what the heck are they talking about? And this kind of plays into the topic that I've chosen for today about we get in life what we ask for, right? And so often we just don't ask. It's just human nature. So, hey, Kimberly, great to see you. Mop free. Thank you for shouting that out. Maria says congratulations. And somebody else is shouting mop free. Let's see who that is. Oliver. Olivia Maribel Mora Morales. Thank you for celebrating with Amy. Amy, you deserve to have a great weekend because I know you've worked hard for this achievement. So, a couple of announcements. I see Lisa Chow is in the house. I see the other Lisa that's got a birthday coming up next month is in the house. And let's see who else is here. Oh, Michelle Ritchie is here. Diane is here. See, it doesn't always show the names here. Who else? Victor is in the house, and he is shouting mop free. So is Kimberly. And Ginger Moser, I'm mop free. Now, Ginger, are you shouting I'm mop free, or are you shouting mop free for Amy? Clarify that for me so I don't mess that up. But anyway, thank you guys. Isn't it great to celebrate other people's successes? Because when we celebrate other people's successes, it kind of fuels the aspiration and the motivation that we too can have milestone successes in our business, whether it's the mop-free milestone success or it's some other milestone success. When you celebrate and let's see. Yes. Thank you, Amy. Ginger, thank you so much. Thank you for celebrating with our sweet Amy. And then Eric. Hello, Eric. Great to see you. Hey, we need to connect. I keep forgetting. Oh, I know you're busy and I'm busy and we're all crazy busy, but I need to connect with you so we can finish our discussion. Anyway, so a couple of announcements. I saw on Facebook, I got a private message, so I don't know if he's on here tonight or not, but there are still rooms left at the hotel in Fort Worth, our host hotel. They're only $159 a night, guys. It's like a 5-star hotel or 4-star hotel. I don't know what you call it, but it's a top-end hotel. I mean, the president of the United States stayed there back in the 60s. The 60s when JFK was killed in Dallas, but he stayed there. It's a beautiful, beautiful hotel, and it's been remodeled. It's gorgeous. It's right downtown Fort Worth, and Fort Worth is like 15-minute drive or Uber ride or taxi ride from DFW Airport. So flights are ridiculously cheap right now. If you don't mind flying coach and you give it 3 weeks notice, flights are ridiculous cheap right now. I saw a flight like a one-way flight to Atlanta for like $38 or $161 both ways. Now we're not going to Atlanta, but flights to Dallas are also pretty cheap around the country. So go get your flights, register for CBF Live first, go to cbflive.com and join us at this amazing event. The tickets are still half off. I think the coupon code is still LOVE. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. But the tickets are half price. And once you hit submit to give us your email, contact information, you hit submit. If you just scroll down, you'll see all the information about the hotel. It's the Hilton Hotel right downtown Fort Worth in Sundance Square. And it's close to everything, some shopping, some eateries, and hello, Texas is open. We are still going to be maintaining all of our social distancing rules and guidelines that we put forth for this event. We're not going to change that, even though in Texas, by that time, masks will not be required. Private events are allowed to set their own rules, and that's the promise we made to everyone, and we want to keep everyone safe. And so we will still maintain all of our social distance practices and mask practices. But the good news is when you go to restaurants, you don't have to if you don't want to. And some of you will feel like, yay! The weather in April is usually spectacular. Now, of course, we have bipolar weather, so it could be ice storm or it could be 85 degrees in April. But usually in April, we have mild weather, great weather to sit outside at outdoor cafes or coffee shops. And plus the hotel has great bars and restaurants inside the hotel. It's just, you won't even have to leave the hotel if you don't want. The rooms are beautiful and comfortable, and they have refrigerators in the rooms and of course, internet access and, a desk area if you have to sit and do a little payroll or do a little work at night, whatever you do. So you'll love it. And the best part is the hotel is still only $159 a night for our group. That is about to end. Oh, look at this. Somebody just said $77 a round trip from Philly. Guys, I am telling you, this is the time to go someplace if you've been wanting to go. First of all, it's a complete write-off. So stick around an extra couple of days, enjoy this beautiful luxury hotel, and go see downtown Dallas, shopping, dining, some of our great museums. Just stay a couple of extra days. But the flights are cheap. The hotel is only $159 a night, but we are going to be pulling that deal very soon because they are asking us for final head counts because they do have to release the rooms. They're starting to fill up. So WTF to you. I'm not sure what that means. It's probably not a message for me. But anyway, cbflive.com. If you have never been to my event before, trust me, it will be an experience you will never forget, especially if you've always wanted to be around a room full of entrepreneurs that all do what you do for a living. We all clean houses. We're all residential cleaning businesses. So get registered, cbflive.com. Also, my 5-day challenge starts next week. And I haven't said a whole lot about this because I've gotten extremely busy and distracted with my nonprofit and that freeze that we had in Texas. And anyway, those are the best excuses I could come up with. But our 5-day challenge starts next Thursday, March the 11th. It's a $100 challenge for $19, people. $19. If you've ever felt like, I've always wanted to work with Debbie Sardone, but she seems expensive. If you've ever thought that, this is the time to work with Debbie Sardone for $19. And the best part about the $19 is the entire amount will be donated to Cleaning for a Reason. So many of you are supporting that organization, providing free house cleaning to families who are battling cancer, and 100% of that $19 for the challenge is going to Cleaning for a Reason. And here's the thing. You're going to have a 5-day challenge, literally worth hundreds of dollars, to work with me to help you with your business and to help you go into this new year, this 2021 year, as an unstoppable business and an unstoppable leader. We made the decision to rename our 5-day challenge the Unstoppable Business Challenge because, number one, the Love My Business Challenge was for the month of February, right? The month of love. And then with the freeze, and I had no internet for a week because I'm here in Texas, we had to bump it out 2 weeks. So it doesn't really make sense anymore, even though Love My Business is a great theme for all of us. I think right now with 2021 already starting off a little difficult and 2020 being probably the hardest year of many people's lives, I think Unstoppable Business Challenge is really the best theme for all of us. So that is, you can register for the business challenge, the 5-day business challenge at debbiesardone.com/events. If somebody would type that into the comments, www. You need to lead with that so it's clickable. debbiesardone.com/. If you'll type that in, it'll make it easy for people to just click and join. $19, people, 5-day challenge. Work with me for 5 days. We're going to talk about business and hopefully set you on the right path to success in 2021. And so you got 2 exciting things. There is no excuse for you not to get what you want in your business and get the kind of help that you want. If you don't ask for help, you're never going to get it. So let's talk about my topic today. And it is all about asking for what you want in this life, asking for what you want in this world. People of faith, we call that, asking and receiving. The Bible says, what's that verse? You shall ask and you shall receive, right? And a lot of other people that maybe are not faith-based like I am, they still know that, if you don't ask the universe for something, you're not going to get it. And so I don't care how you look at it, at least in my world, I know that if I don't ask, I'm not going to receive. If I don't ask, I'm not going to get it. And asking for a better business, asking for a better result, asking for better income, asking for more success. Those are all things that we should be asking of our business instead of settling for what we've created, tolerating a business we don't enjoy, settling for a business that's filled with stress and chaos or disappointment. A lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs started their cleaning business, much like me, just started cleaning houses for extra money or cleaning houses because you needed a job. And over time, you decided you didn't want a cleaning job, you wanted a cleaning business. And so you set out on a journey like I did to become mop free, right? To get out of the field and stop doing the cleaning, but start hiring and managing the people who are doing the cleaning. And oftentimes over time, we stop asking for that because we're not getting it. And we get discouraged and we just settle for a business that doesn't serve us, or we settle for a business that doesn't produce the income we always thought it would, or we settle for a business that does not create the lifestyle and the freedom that we envisioned when we started our own cleaning company. Right? So there's so many things that we stop asking for because we get used to not having them. We get used to not getting them. And the reason why I was inspired by this, I was listening to a Tony Robbins story, and he was sharing how he was walking down a street, and I don't have all the specific details, but he was walking down a street, and there was an older man, very tattered looking person, clearly from a distance. He thought this person's probably a homeless person. And this person he got closer and closer as they were walking, towards each other on the street. And, he was thinking in his mind, this guy's going to ask me for something, this guy's going to ask me for money. And he was sharing how, he's kind of torn. It's like, do I give him money and just reward the behavior of, being drug addicted or alcohol addicted or not having a job? Or do I live my values of being compassionate and serving others and give them money, right? And he was kind of torn. He was kind of conflicted. He was his much younger days, and he wasn't quite sure what he was going to do. And of course, sure enough, the older gentleman, who was clearly a homeless person, walked up to him and said, hey, man, will you give me a quarter? Now, this was a long time ago. They wouldn't ask for a quarter nowadays, but he said, will you give me a quarter? A quarter would change my life. Would you give me a quarter, man? And I'm sure at that time, panhandlers, people that ask for money, they've learned if you ask for too much, you're going to get nothing. If you ask for a little bit, you get everybody give it to you. So that was all he asked for. He asked for a quarter. And Tony Robbins said he didn't know why this came to him, but he thought about asking the man, and he did. He asked him, he said, well, is that all you want? And the guy said, yes, all I want is a quarter. It'll change my life. All I want is a quarter. It'll change my life. And so Tony Robbins said he pulls out of his pocket a big wad of cash that had a money clip on it. Because, kind of back in the 70s, that was a cool thing. If you're a successful person, you carry a big wad of $100 bills and a fancy money clip, right? It's like a flashy way to show I'm a big deal, I'm a success. But anyway, so he pulls out this money clip, and it was a big wad of money. And the homeless person looked at that, and his eyes got wide, and there was a quarter stuck in the money clip. And he reached in, he pulled out the quarter, and he handed the quarter to the guy. And Tony Robbins said, he looked at the man, he looked him in the eye, and he said, how did he put it? He said to this man, he said, life will give you what you ask for. And he handed him the quarter. And of course, the man looked at Tony Robbins and he said, you're weird. And he walked off. I thought that was a hilarious story, but it's so true. And of course, Tony Robbins was a speaker at that time. He was a very successful wealth mindset speaker. And, those are the kinds of things he teaches people. And he just taught that man a principle that the gentleman just completely dismissed as, you're a weirdo. Thanks for the quarter. I'm out of here. Right. And I thought, boy, that is so telling, because Life will give us what we ask for. And most of the time, we don't ask for what we want. Most of the time, we ask for less than what we want. Most of the time. Most of the time, we give up on what we wanted and we stop asking for it. We stop pursuing it. We stop trying to get it. In fact, I think sometimes we lose the vision of what we wanted and we stop asking for what we wanted because we get tired of that feeling of defeat that we have to face when we don't get what we want. And the problem is we don't ask in the right ways. We don't ask often enough. We don't ask believing. There are so many problems with the way we ask that some of us give up and others just keep asking and keep changing who we ask and how we ask. And so I wrote down some keys to asking for what you want. Because you guys know I say this all the time in CBF, and I mean this. You have not because you ask not, right? You know, people tell me all the time when I talk with them about joining the CBF program, and I tell them one of the things we're going to show you how to do is raise your prices in your community. Most of the people I talk to think they are charging as much as they can. Most of the people, and I'm going to say 99% of the people, like nobody is charging less than they know they can get. Right? Nobody, right? I know I could get 50 an hour, but I'm going to charge 25 an hour. Nobody is charging less than they think they can get. But I'm telling you, 99% of the people I talk to tell me they don't think they can charge more than they're charging right now. Right? And I tell them all the time, when you take the CBF training, you'll probably pay for the entire course within a matter of months with the increased fees that you will be able to get as a result of knowing how. You see, you've never asked for what you want. It's like, I want to know how you charge 50 an hour. People chew me out when I quote 35 an hour, right? People hang up on me and tell me you're too expensive when I quote 42 an hour. How the heck are you getting 50 an hour in some parts of the country? 55, 52, 58, 60, 65 an hour, 45 an hour, right? It's like, we don't ask how, we just assume we can't. We don't ask for what we want. And we have not because we ask not. And that's one of the things that we teach people in CBF is how to put that mop down forever and never clean again as the owner. So you have all the time that you're spending now at work building an empire instead of cleaning a toilet. And so life will give you what you ask for. And here are some keys to asking. So number one, and some of these seem so obvious, but if we're not reminded, we slip into bad habits, or the self-doubt causes us not to follow these keys or steps to getting what we want. So number one, keys to asking is ask specifically. It seems simple, but I'm telling you, most people cannot tell me when I talk to them during a strategy session what they specifically want from their business. Most people can't. They can list for me what they don't want. That's pretty easy. In fact, most of you right now, if I said, what do you not want anymore from your business? You could tell me. In fact, I'm going to ask you to share that right now in the comments. What do you not want? What do you not want anymore in your business? What do you not want? When you ask correctly, you have to ask specifically. What do you want? When people come to me for help, they only know what they don't want. So what do you not want? Because I know that's the easy one. What do you not want? Jeannie Henderson says, build your empire. That's right. Don't clean the toilets. Build the empire. You've paid your dues. You don't have to keep cleaning toilets anymore. The entrepreneurs. All right, let's see here. So what do you not want? What do you not want in your business? No more cleaning. Amy. Amen. And you know what? Amy how long has it been, Amy, that you have wanted to not be the cleaner, Type that in. How many years has that been? I can't remember because I know I wrote it down when we had our first conversation, how long you had been cleaning. How long have you been cleaning and not wanting to be the cleaner? It's like your first year in business, you're like, this is great exercise and it's good money. But usually about your third, fourth year, fifth year in business, you're like, I need to hire people to do this. How come I'm still here? Right? How long did you want to be done with the actual cleaning? Just curious. And oftentimes, business owners who have been cleaning for 5, 10, 15, 20 years tell me, I don't, I never thought I'd be able to get out of the field. Well, it's because they never asked to get out of the field, right? 31, oh my gosh, I did forget that. 31 years and not wanting to the last 8. So she's been cleaning for 31 years, right? So that means 33 years. 33 years, she was content. She wasn't asking. She's like, I'm happy. I'm getting paid. I'm doing an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. But the last 8 years, is that 2020? What did I say? 20. I went to public school, people. I can't add anything. What happened to my, here it is. Sorry. Let me just grab this. I can't do any math in my head. I'm just a mess. 31 minus 8. 23 years. Right. So she cleaned for 31 years, but the last 8 years she was done. But probably most of those 8 years, she wasn't asking to be out of the field. She was just regretting she was in the field. Now, I don't mean to put you on the spot and make you an example, but here's what happens. Most people, and maybe this is not the case with Amy, but most people, they reach a point where they don't want something and they complain about it. And again, I'm not saying she did, but they complain about it. They whine about it. They regret it. They feel frustrated. They feel stifled. They feel like, oh, how did I get here? Oh, I'm ready to quit. I'm sick of this. I want to throw in the towel. For most of us, we whine and we complain, but we don't ask. And at a certain point in her business, she started asking, how do I make this transition? I've been wanting to get out for 8 years. How do I make this transaction? This transition is not happening all by itself. I'm old and my body is sore. Nope. Never asked until I met Debbie. Until I met you. Didn't know it was possible. So isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? That's one of my points. You have to ask believing. You have to ask, and it's jump the gun. But you see, she didn't want it for 8 years. And I've talked to business owners that haven't wanted to be stuck in the field for 10 years or 12 years or 15 years. Here's the thing. Until you ask, you're not going to pursue. Until you ask specifically, how am I going to get out of the field? Who do I need to work with that's going to show me how to permanently stop doing the cleaning? Or who is going to help me specifically get my business to $500,000. I've been stuck at the 350,000 range forever. Who and how am I going to get to $500,000? Ask specifically. So with Amy, our very first specific ask was, how do we get Amy out of the field? And that was what together we set a goal is, okay, first thing, you've said you haven't wanted to clean for 8 years. Let's focus on that first. Let's get you out of the field first. Then let's double the business and triple the business and keep you out of the field. You see what I'm saying? So the first thing, the first key to asking and receiving is asking specifically. I specifically want to make more money. I specifically want to make a 6-figure salary. I specifically want to get out of the field and become mop free. I specifically want to reach $1 million in sales. Ask specifically. Generalizations don't work. So when you generalize, you're like, I just want a bigger business. I just don't want to have to clean as much. Well, what does that mean? Right? That means every time there's a crisis, you're out cleaning all week. Right? What does that mean? I don't want to have to clean as much. Be specific. I don't want to have to clean 5 days a week anymore ever again for the rest of my life. Or I don't want to have to clean 2 days a week. Be specific in what you want. Number 2, Number two, ask somebody who has the ability to help you. I see people all the time asking people with tiny businesses to help them grow their business to be a big business. That doesn't make sense, right? It's like, let me hire you to show me how to build a freedom-based successful business. And you hire or ask somebody with a tiny business to help you grow a big business. Ask the right people, work with the right experts, read the right books, put yourself in the room with the right people. And I will tell you, if you want to build a big business, the wrong room full of people are people with tiny businesses, right? That doesn't make sense to me. Put yourself in the room with the people who've built a hands-free business if you want a hands-free business. Put yourself in the room with the people that have built $1 million maid services if you want a $1 million maid service. Stop putting yourself in the room. And when I say room, I mean the group, the Facebook groups, the Zoom groups, whatever, right? There's a lot of ways we can get into a room nowadays. Put yourself into a room filled with people that are where you want to be. So, number two, ask somebody who has the ability to help you. Don't ask somebody with a tiny business to teach you how to build a big business. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. You want to save money or you want to save time? All right, number three. This is really important. Add value. Add value. Don't be a taker. When you ask and you hope to receive, you have to already be giving. You have to already be giving. And I don't mean that you have a lot of money to give away. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about giving of your time, your talent, your generosity, your support, or your money. You have to be adding value to other people's lives if you hope to be able to ask for and receive what you want. This is one of the reasons why I started Cleaning for a Reason. I've been doing buckets and bows cleaning for a reason. I actually had a logo made way back when I started this program, and it said buckets and bows cleaning for a reason, right? Had the same pink ribbon, but it was buckets and bows because that was my business program. And I started this as a national nonprofit, not to help myself, but because I knew it would add value and help change the lives of other cleaning business owners. I knew that it would help them the way it had helped me. Get them noticed, help show how they're different, help build their brand, help inspire customers, help inspire employees. I knew all the benefits. I could have just kept that quiet, but I wanted to add value to the lives of cleaning business owners. I didn't make a dime off of that. In fact, it's taken a lot of time for me to build that organization. Find a way to add value before you ask. Try to find a way to give before you hope to receive. It's that giver's gain versus I'm going to take, and then someday when I'm wealthy, I'll give. You're never going to be wealthy. It doesn't work that way. I'm going to take because I'm owed something. And then when I'm rich, I'll give. It doesn't work that way. If you want to ask and receive, number three, you have to give. You have to give value. Number four, and let me throw this in. And I'm telling you this because I know this to be true. Some of the most successful people I've ever known hesitate the least when there's an opportunity to help somebody else, whether it's with their time or with their money. Some of the most successful people that I've ever known, they are the first ones to raise their hand when I have a fundraiser or I want to help somebody. They're the first ones to say, I'm donating. And usually they'll donate more than they ask. I'm thinking of somebody right now. I'm not going to call out his name because I don't want to embarrass him, but I'm thinking of somebody right now that was on my town hall the other night where I was sharing the struggle that we are having for Cleaning for a Reason to kind of get back to soul supporting. And a business owner who just had his highest month ever. Now, this is coming off the heels of the pandemic. So those of you excuse me, those of you who are not in CBF, you're not a CBF member, you think the pandemic means, well, that's why my business is down. That's why I'm failing, or all the different reasons. The CBF members are crushing it in business. They're growing. They're having their highest months ever. One of our CBF coaches texted me this evening and said she's had her highest month in the history of her company. I don't think she would be mad at me to share. It's Molly Moran, Coach Molly Moran, had the highest revenue week in the history of her company. And other people are saying, oh, because of the pandemic, my company is whatever. You fill in the blank, right? Some people will fill in the blank of, oh, because of the pandemic, my company is growing. Other people will fill in the blank and say, oh, because of the pandemic, my company is falling apart. And they'll have all the different reasons, right? It's like, well, nobody wants to work. Everybody's afraid. Customers are unhealthy. There's a whole gamut of reasons. Yet Coach Molly has had the highest revenue week in the history of her company. She is asking for what she wants in life and business. And guess what? She's a giver. She was the first one out there passing out sanitizing products when nobody could get them, right? She's a giver. You ask and receive when you give. It is so incredible. Let's see here. Number four, ask like you mean it. Because if you don't, you probably don't mean it. Ask for you want like you mean it. Now, this one really sticks in my craw sometimes because, sometimes people will talk to me on my strategy session when they know my program is several $1,000s, not several $100s. I mean, it's less than 10,000, but it's more than 5,000. I mean, good heavens, a program that's supposed to change your life and teach you everything you need to know about being in the top 1% of all maid service success stories in the entire country ain't going to be less than 5,000. But people will get on the strategy session knowing that it's not a cheap course and will tell me, oh, I can't afford that. What? It's about the rest of your life and you're going to find a way? So number 4 is ask like you mean it. See, we don't mean it when we ask for our business to change and our life to change and our business to be successful. We don't mean it when we ask with, I really want that if it's cheap. I really want that if it's easy. Other people say, well, how much time is this going to take? Because I spend a lot of time cleaning all day. Well, you're not asking like you mean it. Well, how much time are you willing to give it, right? How much time are you willing to create the business of your dreams? If you're like, well, I only have a few minutes, a night, well, then you must not want it bad enough. Ask like you mean it. When I was struggling in my business and I was asking for help, trying to find resources to help, I got the door slammed in my face in a few places till I found the George S. May Company. And I don't even think, because I was so certain that was the source that was going to help me, I don't even think I asked how much in the beginning. And I didn't really care. I burned the boats. It's like, I don't care how much. These people are going to show me how to get to $1 million instead of how to go into bankruptcy court, which is where I was headed, right? It was like, I don't care how much. I'll do whatever it takes. And I did. I didn't ask, how am I going to do this? I asked, when can we get started? And don't look at me and go, well, that's easy for you. No, it wasn't easy for me. I was a broke house cleaning company. My husband had a police officer's salary. We had no money in the bank. We drove old used cars. And the program that I enrolled in that saved my business and took me to levels I never dreamed of was $40,000. And they wanted payment up front because they knew business owners are unreliable, right? They don't follow the advice. They're going to tank. Well, guess what? When you spend that kind of money, you're not going to make excuses like, well, I just don't have time to log in. Now, back then there was no logging in, but still, When you spend that kind of money, you pay attention, right? Those who pay attention. So number 4, ask like you mean it. Well, how hard is this going to be? Well, how much time is it going to take? Well, how much money is it? Ask like you mean it. Can you imagine if you took your child to the doctor and the doctors said your child has cancer? You wouldn't say, well, how much is this going to cost to treat? Well, how many appointments a week to get my child healthy am I going to have to go? Because, I have a bunch of houses to clean. That you wouldn't ask that, right? Ask for what you want like you mean it. And I realize that's kind of a sensitive analogy, but my point is, if it means enough to you, you don't ask, well, how long is it going to take? How much is this going to inconvenience me? How much of my free time am I going to have to give up? You wouldn't ask that if it means the world to you. So ask like you mean it. And then number 5, this might be my favorite. I don't know. They're all my favorite. Ask until. Period. Ask until. I did not give up because I knew I had it in me to build a big, successful business. I had no idea back then that I actually had it in me to become a leader that could run multiple million-dollar enterprises and build a nonprofit that would change the industry. I had no idea back then. Wasn't even asking for that. I was just asking for my broken business to produce a 6-figure income and hit $1 million in revenue. That's all I really wanted, right? I had no idea the potential and the opportunity that was waiting for me, but I did not give up. I still bank at the bank that I was at when I was cleaning houses. People used to write their checks to Debbie Sardone for cleaning their house. I get my $55 check for cleaning a house. Some of you are like, $55? Yep. That was like a lot of money to me back then. I would clean a house, get paid $55, $40, $45. And I still bank at that bank where I would go and deposit my little checks from cleaning all week. And I thought, it's good money, several $100s back then. That was good money. And I remember when I needed a loan to borrow money to build my business, the consulting and everything else, I went to my bank and they wouldn't give me a loan because I was a house cleaner, right? I wasn't a businesswoman with a 2-page business plan. In fact, I'll never forget the loan officer that sat at the desk. He was very nice. He wasn't rude or arrogant. He could have really dismissed me and made me feel very small, but he was very kind. He was very nice. His name was Frank Shear. That was his name. And he was the loan officer. And he was like, well, do you have a business plan? Because I was trying to borrow money to invest in my business. And I was like, what's that? Literally, I did say that. What's that? I'd never heard of a business plan. What the heck is a business plan? Do you know, I have to confess to this day, and don't tell Art Lock because he'll probably beat me up, but I still don't have a business plan. I haven't had time to create a business plan. I've been making millions. Haven't had time to create a business plan, but I do have a business system and a business formula that I have been following ever since I hired those consultants to show me how to do it. And so ask like you mean it. So I got rejected at the bank that day. They did not give me the loan. And you know what? I figured it out. I didn't say, oh, yeah, these banks, they just won't invest in women. No, I didn't say that. I didn't decide I'm a victim of a misogynistic society. No. You know what I did? I went and cleaned another house and went, what can I do to get more money? What can I sell? What credit cards can I max out? Can I get a line of credit? I figured it out. I didn't whine and complain because I was asking until I got it. Instead of going, well, I guess nobody will lend me any money. This is the society we live in. Nobody wants to help women. No, I just kept asking and I kept asking and I kept asking. And eventually I got what I wanted because I meant it. And I got it. I scraped enough money together. My husband helped me. And together we burned the boats, gave that company, George S. May, over a 2-week period of time. in $10,000 draws. I mean, it was hilarious the way it worked back then. They would be like, okay, we need several more days. We need to bring in more of our team from Chicago. We've got to fly them in, put them up in a hotel, work with you 12 hours a day. So we need more people to come in to help you with this. So we need another $10,000 draw. That was how it worked back then. Oh my gosh, it was so unnerving. Like when they first came, we gave them $10,000. Then they started working. They're like, we need more. So that's when I got a line of credit and I maxed out credit cards. And literally they would make us get on the phone and wire the money to Chicago because they know how entrepreneurs are, right? If they extended credit, no telling if I'd be out of business in 3 months. I mean, you know how it is, right? So anyway, we found a way and I did it and I never regretted it. Boy, did I take years to pay that off. Oh my gosh, it took me years to pay it off, but I never regretted it. I never resented it. They were worth every penny I paid them. And that was the cost back then. 25, probably 28, 29 years ago. That was the cost. You know, there was no Zoom meetings where there's no cost involved. I'm sitting here in my home, right? I'm not renting an office. I'm not flying out to you and you're not putting me up in a hotel and I'm not spending 12 hours a day teaching you. I have videos that teaches you all the stuff that we together put together with that consulting firm. So costs are much lower, right? It doesn't cost $40,000 to change your life. But if you're looking for an excuse, you'll find it. I can't afford it. I have to remodel my shower. I need to put tires on my car. I need a new car. Really? Those needs are never going to end. Never. The needs, the financial difficulties, the crisis, they never end unless you ask until you get what you want and you end the problems that you've had all these years, right? If you have enough money, you don't have a problem. Right? If you have enough money, you don't have a problem that your tires are bald or that your kids need braces, right? So fix your problem. Ask until you get it. Ask until. Ask and you shall receive. I really believe this. Now, if you ask, it's kind of like, you know, the salesman that knocks on the door trying to sell a Kirby vacuum, and the salesman says to the person who answers the door, you wouldn't want to buy this, would you? That's not how you ask, right? You ask believing. You ask believing, and you will find a way, or you will find an excuse if you don't mean it. If you don't mean it. And if it's okay with you to continue tolerating your life. Why am I talking about this? I feel very passionate about it. And if you ask, you shall receive. Maybe not the way you thought, maybe not in the time frame you thought, maybe it wasn't as easy as you wanted it to be. But if you ask, especially if you follow these 5 principles, I believe you will receive. And CBF Live is a lot about asking and receiving what you want in this life and in your business and in your success and in your lifestyle. I mean, that's what we talk about at CBF Live. Now, can I teach my program, my program that's thousands of dollars in 3 days? Absolutely not. That's not possible. You could never grasp or absorb all the information in that short a period of time, and it wouldn't make any sense. It just wouldn't make any sense. It's not possible. But I do show you how your business can be different. And I do show you what is important in the residential cleaning industry for you to be successful, for you to be profitable, for you to stay out of the field, for you to find and attract the right kind of staff and keep them long term. We do show you what you need to know. And then, of course, we will make an offer while you are at CBF Live to join CBF. And no, it is not less than it would be if you just bought it today. It's not. So I don't do that. That would be stupid and kind of unkind. We always offer some one-time offers and bonuses, but everybody else in my community can have those. All right. So if you're a leader, you will ask for what you want. If you are a leader, you will ask for what you want. Leaders don't wait for things to change. Leaders change. Leaders change things. Leaders change their business. At a certain point, Amy decided I got to change this. I've been wanting to be mop free for 8 years. I'm going to change this, right? At a certain point, she asked for change. And it started with her believing that she could become mop free after 31 years. Joanne Bracchio is another amazing example. Cleaned for 45 years, been a house cleaner for 45 years. That was all she ever knew. Joined CBF, became mop free in the first year, and is literally building her empire and has the lifestyle and the freedom that she's been wanting to create as her own boss, as her own entrepreneur. So there's lots of amazing success stories. You'll meet many of those people at CBF Live. You'll be celebrating with us as they get to stand on stage with an entire group. I'm not going to single anybody out to shout, I'm mop free. You'll see some of our CBF mop free millionaires get their green coat at CBF, their master's jacket. Because they hit the $1 million milestone. And we just have all kinds of great surprises. We have added Cleaning for a Reason to our program. We want to recognize Cleaning for a Reason partners, the top 100 who cleaned the most patients in the nation, and the top 10, the top 3, and the number 1 cleaning partner in the nation. So we've added Cleaning for a Reason to our program. Yeah, Jeannie Henderson says, yes, Joanne, build your empire. Yeah, Joanne is a very inspiring woman with her great stories. So, guys, if you are unstoppable, then follow these 5 keys to knowing how to ask for what you want and how to receive what you want. If you are unstoppable, join our Unstoppable Business Challenge. Go to debbiesardone.com/events and just click on the Unstoppable Business Challenge. $19. It's worth hundreds of dollars. It's a 5-day business challenge, and 100% of it's going to be donated to Cleaning for a Reason. While you're on that page, go register for CBF Live. You're about to run out of time to get the best deal on the hotel, because once we release the rooms, they will charge more for the hotel. So please don't run out of time. Well, thank you so much. Somebody said you are so inspiring. Who was that said that? It's not showing me your name, but thank you for saying that. So guys, yeah, type in your name so I know who the heck that is. Diane Sellers says, unstoppable. All my buffaloes. Hey, all my buffaloes. If you were at CBF Live last year in March when the whole world changed on us, right there in the middle of our event, if you are a CBF Buffalo, you better be there. You be there or be square. I want to see my buffaloes. And we're going to have an amazing event. We have a lot of fun, but no, we don't dance the whole time. That's a rumor. But we have a lot of fun. We do shake out a little bit of energy so nobody gets sleepy. And you will learn a lot. There's good information shared. And I think the best part is connecting with other people who have been where you are today and are already where you want to be. That's the best part, is connecting with those people. When you want to grow your business and you want to get to the next level, the most important thing you can do is get around people who have done what you want to do in your business. So get around those success stories. Get around our CBF coaches like Jeannie Henderson and Libby and Molly and Jonathan and Jamie and Art Locke and Derek Christian. And who am I forgetting right now? I'm going to get myself in trouble when I start calling off names. Jeannie, somebody tell me if I miss somebody. But get around these people that they were where you are today. It's hard to look at their business and go, oh, well, that's for them. No, they were where you are. So was I. I cleaned for 8 years. So get around these people that have achieved everything you're trying to achieve, and get to know them and ask them questions and go to breakfast and have cocktails with them and meet them in the hall during breaks and just, hey, can I ask you a question? Can you help me with this one thing? They love to help people. Jeannie Henderson said it's like the most rewarding thing. She feels like this is what she was meant to do, was to use her business, her knowledge, and coach and mentor other struggling business owners, because she knows what it's like to struggle as a business owner, especially in the cleaning industry. So these people love to help, and you will love picking their brain and learning from them and learning what we teach. And it's just going to be an amazing event. Such a perk. I've made many friends. It's true. I think it's half of the experience of becoming successful is you're no longer all alone in business. You're now surrounded by tons of people who have achieved what you're trying to achieve. It's a phone call away. It's an email away. It's a text away. You connect with them at events. They re-energize your motivation that you can do it. And even if you've fallen back, that you can do it. It's just incredible to be around other people who think like you. Don Winter says, go Buffaloes. Other people who think like you. Other people who've gone through the same challenges that you've gone through. Oh, did I say Jonathan? I think I said Jonathan, but yes, Jonathan and Molly and Libby and Jamie. I think I did call everybody's name. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. I hate to leave people out. But anyway, don't be alone anymore. It's a great way to end. So don't be alone anymore, guys. We are unstoppable. And I think coming through that pandemic, growing and still standing is living proof that we are unstoppable. Today is the last day of your past. Boom. How do you like that? Today is the last day of your past. What are you going to do with tomorrow? Are you going to celebrate the wins? Are you going to ask for what you want? Are you going to get what you want? Or are you going to settle for a business that does not reflect what you always hoped it would be? All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up. It's Friday night. It's 5:07. My husband's making dinner. We got friends coming over. It's going to be a great weekend. And I'll be working my head off this weekend, working on CBF Live stuff. So hi, I wish I did this 3 years ago. Can't wait until Monday. I have an appointment with you. Who is this? Oh, I can't wait too. Thank you for saying that. Let's see. Who is that? Oh, that's Gladys. That's right. Gladys. I love your name, by the way. I can't wait to speak with you too. It's going to be a great conversation. Come with an open mind and come prepared to ask for what you want. All right, guys. So Beth says, I'm feeling hopeful for the first time in a while. Beth, I am so happy to hear that. You are in the right place at the right time if you needed a dose of hope. And we back up hope with solid strategies, because hope without strategies to fulfill what you're looking for ends up being a disappointment. And so you're in the right place. And I'm so glad you shared that. Thank you for sharing that. And all right. Thank you, Jeannie, and other coaches for being on here, always supporting me. And go get registered for CBF Live, people. It will change your life. If you know you are ready to invest in yourself, please don't waste my time. If you're just going to say, yeah, I need time to save up money. Well, call me when you save up your money. But if you know you're ready to invest in yourself and you just need to find out, are we a good fit? Does this lady know what she's talking about? And you want to have a conversation with me, book a strategy session. Costs nothing. And someday I'll have to charge for those. But right now I do them for no charge. A strategy session to talk to me about your business in CBF. So if you know you're ready to invest, but you need to find out for sure if you should, go to cleaningbusinessfundamentals.com. All right, guys. I hope you have a great night. Happy Friday! And congratulations again, Amy Smith, on becoming mop free. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.